And on to our top stories, we'll be starting out with information that Zambia police spokesperson Hamoonga has said that Kasempa police have rescued the Congolese nationals who are suspected of being trafficked from the Democratic Republic of Congo through Kasumbalesa border of Zambia. Now, the victims were reported to have been driven from the DRC and being taken to Namibia. They comprise of 14 girls and 7 boys, all below the ages of 15, and 3 adult women.
Well, Zambia police have so far arrested 37-year-old Issa Nyandinda Bernard, who is actually a suspect. And this morning, we'll be taking a look at this very important story in Zambia. Now, moving people or persons to another country entirely is one thing that has continued to raise the dust in this part of Africa. And we know that child trafficking is a big question that many have continued to ask on when it will stop. However, we're looking at a difference in age grades and numbers of people who actually are being moved from one place to the other. All of it takes about 2 hours, 15 minutes if you're flying from Zambia all the way to Congo. And then looking at moving these ones who have actually been identified as Congolese. So question is, how were you able to get them from their country? Of course, we know there's a lot of cross-border movement here and there, and then now plan to take them to another country, which is Namibia.
Exactly. These are some of the questions that should be answered. What are also the punitive measures that will be put in place for the people who are found? Because certainly it's not a one-man thing. When it comes to conversations about human trafficking, it's always a ring of traffickers. It's always connected crime, organized crime. And then the questions are, what measures are being put in place to ensure that this doesn't happen? We've continuously had conversations about child trafficking in Africa, and it's really sad to see that this is happening. But the good news is that they've been rescued. But we'll be looking at this so far, or we've had an arrested suspect, that 7-year-old Issa Nyandinda Bernard, who is a primary suspect, and will be joining shortly by Henry Kabwe, who will be talking to us about what the updates are in this regard.
Well, this is a call to child's rights activists to see what can be done. And also looking at, most importantly, the original blocks as well, where protection to trafficking should be one of the key highlights, is something that needs to be discussed. Now, looking at the Southern African Development Community, that's the SADC regional block, where you have countries such as Angola, Botswana, Comoros, Democratic Republic of Congo as well. And not forgetting, too, you do have Namibia in that regional block. One will wonder, why is it that this hasn't become the focus? Well, don't forget that child trafficking is always highlighted, and we will continue to talk about it in Africa as a means to an end, trying to ensure that we sensitize a lot of people as much as possible and get them to know that this isn't right.
Right.
And that's a big question. All right. Anyway, joining us now to quickly take a look at this is Executive Director, Media Network on Child Rights and Development. Henry joins us this morning. Henry Kabwe, thanks for being here via the telephone. Good morning to you.
Good morning to you. Thank you so much.
All right, quickly, we know you have been following this story, so tell us, how possible is it transporting people from Congo to Namibia? And do we know why they were being taken from Namibia or taken to Namibia?
Well, yes, there are some things which happen, and we have to stop it with sex waste and cheap labor, which such kind of equipment assist for them to be involved in such kind of thing. And we have been hearing rumors for a long time. I don't know whether this is because of the change of regime that we are now having people being arrested, and the emphasis on the fight against corruption could have helped, because we have been hearing rumors about people being trafficked, for those purposes, and it's very comforting that such a thing has happened in our country.
Well, we seem to have a struggle hearing you clearly, Henry, if you can hear us as well. But hopefully, let's see if it could be better in the next question that, Olive, I don't know if you have a question to ask.
Yeah, of course. We'd like to find out how many of these reports the SADC gets and how regularly this occurs. If you can shed some light on that.
Well, yeah, we just to hear that it's not good when we are being trafficked across the Kasempa border in Western Province, which has been going on for some time. So we are hopeful that what has happened now will continue happening, because a lot of people, in fact, in the same area were alleged to be selling off their children to various individuals so that they can have these children involve themselves in cheap labor and sex work. So the rumors in the past, and this arrest just confirms what has been going on.
All right, Henry Kabwe, thank you for joining us this morning. We hope to be able to have you again this time when the line is a lot clearer, so we can be able to have a better conversation about child trafficking. And, this is a much wider conversation we need to have on the continent and how we can put an end to it.